to another exciting evening of Roarstream. We are finally getting back to Hollywood Studios. We did tier lists for the other two parks something like last year. I feel like it was at least last year. It's time to finally get back to Hollywood Studios. Let's get up there. Let's do this. We got a lot to get to. Not a lot of time to do it. All that shit. Let's go. So, one of the primary reasons that I have not really wanted to do the Hollywood Studios tier list is because Hollywood Studios is a Willow Eye Bleach is a relatively it's relatively small park. It's a half day park a lot of the time, and they're changing that, but For a long time, there were just not that many attractions to go to. So today, I'm including a lot of the previous attractions. We will go over the list a little later, but you can see some of the things we got. The things we know and love, like Hollywood Hollywood Tower of Terror, Slinky Dog Dash, Phantasmic, but we also have the Beauty and the Beast stage show. We have some the Osborne Festival of Lights. We've got some stuff that's from the past to look forward to. What are we even listening to? Universe of Energy. Got it. So I got my movie selector, and I have a randomizer. So we have 2 nights to do this. We aren't going to watch the entirety of every ride, I'm fairly sure. But we will ride at least a bit of it. Let's pick a ride at random. Let's see which ride it gives us and see if we can get started. Let's check it out. What do we got? Our first ride this evening will be Smuggler's Run, a very new attraction, part of the Disney Star Wars expansion to Hollywood Studios. That's also one of the reasons the Disney tier list for Hollywood Studios was so late, because there was a few rides that I had not been on yet. I got mangoes. I have some dried mangoes, and I'm looking forward to them. Can I have an eye bleach, please? Willow, eye bleach. Thank you. I think she didn't do it because I was mid-conversation when I tried. How are you, kitty? Onaka Transport Solutions seeks pilots, gunners, and engineers for scheduled cargo runs. All flight crew members should be prepared for heavy turbulence, sharp turns, and sudden drops along the route. This guy. That guy's having a good day. I like that guy. So we probably don't need to go along the entire queue, right? When we went to this attraction, it was like right before. I don't know if it was right before my tooth extraction or right before they figured out that I needed a tooth extraction, but my tooth was hurting real bad. We don't need to wait in the queue. We don't actually have to wait in the queue. Can we skip ahead a little bit? There we go. They do a really good job at keeping the public entertained while they wait, which is nice. A lot of the theme parks are doing that now. I mean, a lot of the Star Wars portions are, hey, do you like Star Wars? We got Star Wars here. We got some animatronics. You like animatronics, don't you? What do I want to draw? What are we drawing today? I need a different color is what I need. I need a different color other than white. There we go. Okay. Again, we don't have to wait in the queue. Let's move ahead till we get to the pre-show. the subtitles have no idea.
This is the group I've been waiting for. Yes. Come in. I have an opportunity for you all. That is bad. Dangerous. I was going to say profitable.
Really good animatronic. Like, really good animatronic.
I believe you have very little on to insult. We'll talk later. We'll do everything around here. Yes. Hello, my friends. I am Hondo Onaka, and this is Onaka Transport Solution.
The acoustics are kind of shit in here.
The opportunity of a lifetime. I need flight crews to transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy. Pilots to navigate, engineers to operate the ship, and gunners to defend the shipments. And that is where you come in.
So what you don't get through the miracle of movie editing is that guests have already been waiting about 75 minutes at this point. A little silly that we're involving the Millennium Falcon in this, but whatever. There has to be a better ship.
We better go before he changes his mind. Move along, my friends. Listen carefully and remember, the better you work together, the more you earn. Your lives and my profit depend on it. Now go.
Kitty, I need to tell you what a cast member said when we were done with the ride. I don't remember if it was this ride. It was some ride where you got points. It may have been this attraction. Can we... Oh, God. This room was weird. I don't understand the loading sequence they have of this room. So when you get into this room, they're like, okay, this group sits over here in this corner, and you go over here to the right, and everyone over here to the left, and you go over here to the right. Hey, you over here to here, and here, and here, and here. And then what they would do is, yeah, they'll be like, this group loads right now, and then they go down this hallway. And I don't get it at all. It's bonkers. Again, we don't need to actually sit. There we go. Is it better to never know the truth or to know a painful truth? What did you ask? There was a cast member who said something at the end of the ride, but I'm trying to remember if it was this ride or not. Do you get scores at the end of this attraction? This is the position you give your little brother. I'm helping. I mean, the graphics are top notch. Like, it looks very nice. I don't remember what was here before. I don't think anything. I think this was just open land before. Need to cough 1 second. So when we went on the ride, Kitty and I were the pilots, and I don't remember, the kids were the other positions, like engineer, No, no, no. Oh, God. No, yeah, two of us were the pilots. One person was the gunner, and one was the engineer. I remember that I was the pilot. And I remember that it was kind of bonkers controls. Are we... Who's the bad guy? When we did this ride, I was hurting so bad I wasn't paying a lot of attention. You really don't get the intense feel that you do when you're actually on the ride. I don't have a ton to add to this attraction because I've only ridden it the once. And frankly, I'll wait till the end. At the end of the day, this is a simulator. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, we made it back to Naboo or whatever. Yeah, let's see. Now that we're at the end. Yeah, you do get a score. So, oh, it actually shows you details? That's fun. You can min-max your experience. So, when we rode it, Kitty, I remember we got off of the ride, and you said something along the lines of, we suck so bad, or I suck so bad, or something along those lines, and some cast member, I remember him walking in, sort of looking around the corner, just sort of peeking around the corner at the score and being like, I've seen worse. And I'm like, I don't know if that's as complimentary as you were thinking it was, champ, but thanks for chipping in. You like the Mars simulator at Disney Quest better? The experience on the 5th floor of Disney Quest? I gotta be honest, I agree. Where is Smuggler's Run? I made it into a nice icon and now I can't see it. Am I stupid? Is it right in front of my face? It's right here. I'm gonna put it in B. I think it's good. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know if it's, you know, something I want to go out of my way to ride all the time, but you know, if it ever gets to like a 20-30 minute wait, yeah, I'd be willing to wait for it. I think B tier is perfectly fine there. What's next? Let's load up our next ride. Path of the Jedi. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this is a the Path of the Jedi is the Path of the Jedi Hollywood Studios. What is this? Trials at the Temple? Path of the Jedi. I don't know what this is. This isn't even here. This is at Disneyland. What is this? This is just a movie. This is a movie. I'm not ranking this. Next. Rise of the Resistance. Are we getting all of the Star Wars out of the way right away? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get this out of the way. Wrong button. Actually, you know what? I'm going to counteract that. We don't need 2 Star Wars in a row. Do we want to look at the Osborne family of spectacle of lights instead? That's what I think that's what I want to do.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the streets of America. You're listening to Don and Annie on WJBO Radio. We'll be bringing you all of your favorite holiday tunes.
That's right.
What's happening on Roar TV? Is that fish getting fucked? Better not be. I don't like it. Get out of here.
And lots of lights. The biggest private Christmas lights display ever from the Osborne family of Little Rock, Arkansas.
And get ready because the lights will once again amaze you. As periodically throughout the night, they will
It's actually really neat to see this area because all of this area has been renovated for many years over.
dance to some great holiday music. The lights will be coming on in just a few short minutes. But first, here's a quick weather update.
Okay, I'd like to see the lights, please. Turn off the sun.
I can't believe it. It's snowing outside. Schmitty's forecast is calling for snow all night long on the streets of America. And me without my toboggan. But you know, Annie, there is something beautiful.
So the Osborne lights were a festival of lights like that people put up at their house in the middle of Michigan or something like that. Hey, where did the Osborne family originally put up their Christmas lights before going to Disney?
Asked her father for a special wish. She wanted their house to be covered with Christmas lights.
Well, it was a pretty big house in Little Rock. Luckily, Jennings Osborne had an even bigger heart and a magic.
Okay,
Love the way the lights make people feel like children.
that's rude. Why is my bot being mean to me? Nobody cares about the Osborne family's Christmas lights. Be nice, Missouri. You're supposed to be. Was it Missouri? Please don't be mean. Oh, I need to wait. It was originally in Missouri. Okay, I think we've. What were your feelings on the Osborne lights, Kitty? I have opinions. You know I have opinions on the Osborne lights. I think the Osborne lights were very nice. But there was a problem with the Osborne lights. The problem with the Osborne lights is that you have everybody going down this pathway. Everybody's supposed to go down this pathway to see the sprinkling lights over on the corner. Every now and then, though, actually, I'd say pretty much all of the goddamn time, you'd get just little pockets. This isn't, we're no longer in the Osborne lights, apparently. You'd get little pockets of people who would just sit and stare at the lights. But okay, you're throwing me off my. I don't know why you just decided to go into. We'll talk about the great movie ride later, so you need to chill. Anyways, so we'll talk about Alien later. There were just pockets of people who would just chill. And even worse than the pockets of people who would just chill are the pockets of people who would just decide, fuck all these people. I want to go and see the lights from the other direction. And they would just walk in from this direction and completely break the flow of traffic. And it was awful. Now, that said, Does that factor into my opinion? Absolutely it does, 100%. I think it's a C. It might even move down to D, but that's not a reflection on the lights, which I think were beautiful. It's more of a reflection of the logistics. We'll see. They were beautiful memories of that we made with our children that we brought to Disney, and it was very nice. But logistics wise, awful. And they never. By the time they finally figured it out, they decided to pack it in forever. So we're not going to watch the entire Lights, Motors, Action show. I don't have 46 minutes to spend on the Lights, Motors, and Action show. So I think what we will do instead is hit up all of the spikes in the YouTube. These people were straight up driving for real. Right in front of guests. We had opportunities to go, and I'm pretty sure we never went, because this is something that is kind of cool for about 5 minutes. Okay, I need to do something with Buttspot. He needs to switch to only doing like one word tops. I'll work on that later. Okay, is this the whole show? Is this the whole show, them just going in circles around this? Now, they're very good, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I never saw it either. Isn't like half of the show people just sort of screwing around? Okay, that was cool. Like, what happens like halfway?
Every detail except for one thing. In this car, the hero faces out the back. That's right, we didn't stop there. We took it one more.
I bet you this show was absolutely packed with cast members or fanatics. Oh. When did they add this? Ka-chow! I don't remember them adding Lightning McQueen to the show.
Right up here, buddy.
Driver's in there. I can't see shit through this screen.
What are we doing here? There's an enemy spy with a secret weapon, and you've got to stop him. Come on, seriously, an enemy spy
Okay.
with a secret weapon.
Next spike. Kind of interesting that they brought in Lightning McQueen, but I can only watch cars go in Circle 8 so many times. Oh my god, look at this crew right here. What is happening on the side? Okay. Okay. You know what these are right here? I don't want to talk about it. But I know exactly what these are right here. Never saw Cars either. I added it to the list because I really need to watch Cars. I think we get the idea, right? It's just this. It's this for 40 minutes. And let me put it this way. The show itself isn't so bad. The problem with it, unless you want an ass seat, you got to get there like an hour early. Is he gonna jump? Okay, that's cool. And it is so hot. The seats suck. They were bench seats. I never actually went, but I've seen the theater. On our schedule. Yeah, we never got there at a very good scheduled time because there's like only certain scheduled times throughout the day. What's the spike right here for? Oh, is it for fire? Fair enough. And one last big spike down here. Okay, so it's kind of cool that they actually allegedly use the footage that they've been shooting for the show in the actual presentation that they show the guests. That's kind of a cool idea. Where is it? Where's the stupid cars? Right here. D. Straight up easy D. I'm perfectly fine pumping that right into D. I never saw it, never really wanted to see it, but yeah. Straight up D. Rock and Roller Coaster, starring Aerosmith. Which one includes the pre-show? This one is actually going to switch out soon.
I'd like to introduce our lovely manager. She's usually not like this. Yeah, she's usually worse. I heard that.
Where's the...
Where is my limo?
Oh, I see. Okay. Did you hear that guy? Felt like 3 hours. Oops. That's funny. Okay, this one doesn't have subtitles at all, so. Do not sit on the ground. You will see only asses. You all smell. We'll zoom in on Aerosmith.
Wow. All right. Two people. Hey, don't mind us. We'll be finished in just a minute.
What are you guys still doing here? You were supposed to be at a show. Now.
I'd like to introduce our lovely manager.
Yeah, in case you need help knowing who we're looking at.
I heard that. Where is my limo?
Aerosmith.
Okay, come on, guys.
They're down here. This is who Aerosmith is.
Sorry, folks.
We gotta go.
Chris, can you grab my black Les Paul?
Hey, wait a minute. We can't leave these people here like this.
So this door can be opened,
Come on, you know how we feel
but it
about
doesn't always get opened.
Well, guys, what do you expect me to do? Send them all with you?
Wait a minute. I love that idea. How about some backstage passes?
Christ. Annoying. Boo! Annoying. Stop tapping the glass. Cast members that tap the glass drive me nuts. Leave the guests alone. We know you've ridden the ride. Call it a super stretch.
Okay, folks. Look, the show is all the way across town, but I got you a really fast car. Okay, wait.
It also cracks me up when the pre-show is over and the people who have ridden the ride instantly launch out of the pre-show area because they know that they want to get first in line. Is this a low light? I think I saw a low light. Let's see if we can find that one. Rock and Roller Coaster lights on, maybe? We might be able to actually see the ride. Lights on? Not my POV.
All right, Aerosmith has taken the stage. Whoa, check out Steven Tyler's hat. Okay, Ellie, crank it up, because we're getting...
Oh, that's really cool. Check that out. You can see the magnet.
Okay, Ellie, crank it up.
You can see the sling.
To rock on this exclusive live broadcast.
You ready to ride? Keep your hands up. A little bit of a hello. Start the ride. I think they just said you can't have the camera, and then they just said, whatever, and sent it. Okay, this ride's way better with the lights on. Why don't they just leave the lights on? I mean, it doesn't really fit the normal theming, but you can appreciate the ride a little better, I think. Wonder if we're gonna get audio muted for this. Also, eerily quiet, other than the Aerosmith soundtrack. Which makes me wonder if this was like an empty... No, it wasn't. You can hear people in there. You can hear guests. So I'm not sure why the ride is so eerily quiet, other than the Aerosmith soundtrack. Where is Aerosmith? Aerosmith? What else? What other rides do we have? I'm okay putting it in S for now. I can't promise it'll stay there, but I'm okay putting it in there for now. If you save someone who would have saved you later, who saved who? Stupid question. What are you talking about? What do we got next? Alien swirling saucers. So this is essentially just a flat ride with a twist, right? So this is... I do like the idea that it can switch tracks, but at the end of the day, it's still just a flat... It's still a flat ride. B? I don't think I'm going to give this a B. For one thing, I really am kind of over the aliens from Toy Story. I think Disney Quest did okay with them. And it's been, 1995. I think we could put the aliens from Toy Story in the past. I don't know. They remind me of Minions. No, this is not. I'm not going to put this in B. Have we even ridden this ride? I don't know if I think we decided not to ride this one because it was a pretty long wait. And at the end of the day, it's a wonky merry-go-round. Although, that's kind of interesting. Are there two different... It looks like there's two different platforms of the ride. Like if you look over there, that's not connected to this track. So I wonder if they're running two different of the same ride at the same time. That's kind of nice. They're the answer to Minions. I think they came first. I want to say they came first. I could be wrong. What came first? The aliens from Toy Story or Minions? It's going to be mad at me again. My bot's going to be angry at me again. Toy Story aliens came first. Minions appeared much later, around 2010. I don't think that's true. Is that right? Minions didn't come out until 2010? Hold on, now I'm curious. I know the ride stopped. Despicable Me. 2010. I stand man. Neat. How do we feel about this? I think that one's getting a D. Like straight up. I think I like it better than the Epic Show Spectacular, but it's not going to take a lot to get to get above that one. Really good Roar TV channel. Aw. Never mind. This isn't it. We missed the Roar TV channel, but that one was really good. Yeah, I think that one's like top of D right now, but it's not getting much better right at this time. We'll see. The American Idol experience. So I don't even think there's a lot of video from this. But there was a American Idol experience at Disney Hollywood Studios. What is... Did you just walk through the doors? Is it still a thing? It's not a thing anymore, no. I think right now it's the Frozen Spectacular, which ironically enough, I did not include on the list. It's a Frozen sing-along. If we go to 2 nights, I might include it for the second night. It was basically American Idol.
The American Idol experience performer who received the greatest number of your votes and will be walking away with the dream ticket is
this guy.
Laura Webster.
So essentially what happened was you would go through here and do the whole rigmarole of the American Idol experience, and then if you actually won for the day, you would get like a fast pass to be able to skip the line at the real American Idol experience. It was fine. It kind of sucked. And you know what? I might just do the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire experience while we're at it, because we're here. Just include that in the same bracket. So at the same time, there was a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire experience. Does this have an actual... Oh, it's actually... Oh, nice. I didn't realize it was actually...
You look excited, some of you look a little scared.
Yeah, this was a... I don't remember if... You didn't actually win, like, anything of real value. I think if you got really high up, you might...
So if you get the next question right, you'll be guaranteed the 5-pin collection.
Jesus Christ. Did you hear that?
If you get the next question right, you'll be guaranteed the 5-pin collection.
Jesus, calm down. So yeah, I think you get, like, pins and stuff. What kind of questions do they ask? Are they Disney questions, I wonder?
Kathy, I'm so sorry, but I hope you had fun.
Oh, she... I want the question.
I don't think there's anybody left out there.
I want to hear the question.
I know this is tough. So if you want to call somebody?
I want to hear the question.
Audience. I don't care if it is the last show. You are not allowed to yell out the answer or moan. Shut it.
Okay. I sort of got lost watching that for a second. I'm going to put that in D. That one sucked. It didn't need to be in the parks. It was just a cash grab that sucked. It didn't need to be at Hollywood Studios. This is Who Wants to Be a Billionaire. Here we go. Here's Runaway Railway. Here's an actual attraction.
Nothing can stop us now. I'll tell you how. We're gonna make it happen. Hi, Goofy.
Hey, Elton, beautiful day for a picnic.
Yep, we're off to the park.
See you all later.
I thought it was interesting that they changed the whole layout of how the ride seems to work, because in this room you're supposed to enter to the right. I say supposed to. In the old attraction you enter to the right, but now you go straight through the screen. Big spoilers.
Nothing can stop us now. Can't have any trouble.
Yeah, the actual old ride
Excuse me.
was through there.
Do you mind helping these good people into the cartoon while I fix this here locomotive?
Not what I was expecting, but
Like, this is actually a really cool mechanic. I like that they're able to do this sort of thing now.
Goofy right this way.
Goofy got hurt. They're so concerned. So this poor ride, I want to say this poor ride had an opening date of March of 2020. I don't even know if it actually officially opened before COVID shut down the park. But it had a horrible opening. Now, I do love the track list part of this. Now, this is the new style of Mickey. So, I mean, if you're not into the new style. Interesting that Mickey caused the problem. I never picked up on that before. Mickey hit the track switch. No wonder they're trying so hard. Obviously to save us, but Mickey feels guilty. Audio on this is a little shit. I really do like trackless rides. But there's something about the style of trackless rides that really loses the charm of the old rides, in my opinion. And maybe it's because they focus a lot more on screens. I don't know. Okay, skip ahead. No, skip ahead. We went through a really long scene there of nothing happening. I think that was the transition scene. Now, the question of which is the best trackless ride, though, I think the best trackless ride I've seen, the Beauty and the Beast ride over at Disneyland is pretty good. I think this one might be trying to do too many things at once. And I think that's part of the trackless experience, because everybody is looking in a different direction.
Nice to see you. Come on in. Don't be shy. That's right. Everyone to your positions. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, excellent.
We can see the filmographer behind me.
Now, let's
It was cool. It is definitely cool. Is it cooler than is it cooler than the Great Movie Ride? That's the real question. We don't need this channel. But you couldn't do the Great Movie Ride with trackless cars. It's good. I like this ride a lot. I don't love it, but I like it. If you don't like the new style of Mickey, you're going to hate it. Gotta say a different word. Every time he says that, I forget he says pick Picnickers. Picnickers. There's no way. Slowing it down doesn't help. Speeding it up doesn't help. Picnickers. I gotta, like, no way of saying it sounds good. People who picnic. Just, it sounds bad. You missed the Great Movie Ride for a couple scenes? The Great Movie Ride was so good.
What's this lever do?
That's the ride, essentially. I think it's an A. I don't know. Am I off base? I think that one's an A. An easy A. Man, a lot of D's on this list. But there's a lot of really good ones we haven't gotten to yet. That's Rise of the Resistance. That's Star Tours. There's a lot of Star Tours on the actual, on the actual roster, but that's Hollywood Studios for you. Yeah, I think A is good for that one. Not Runaway Railway. The problem with this random YouTube is that it really is random and just picks anything, even the ones we've already done. Is there one that I don't... non-3D? Like, is there one that I'm able to actually see the Toy Story Mania, or are we just gonna blow out our eyes looking at this? $10-minute wait for Toy Story Mania. This was mask and face mask time. Oh my Christ. I would really... When was this filmed? I'm going to say this was filmed in... Based on the weather, I'm going to guess that this was filmed in September of 2020. April of 2021.
I'm telling you, folks, Toy Story Midway Mania is more fun than a barrel of monkeys. I can say that because I hang around.
We're doing this till 2021. We were doing the 6 feet walkway. Man, I'm really proud of how well we did. We did a really good job for a long time, and then we didn't. Straight up face masks. Everybody here, straight up, not face masks, obviously face masks, but straight up face shields. Every single person has face shields. I never realized that the attractions got to that point. Maybe it's like a safety thing. Maybe you had to. I have a feeling this ride's going to be annoying.
Hey, howdy, hey! Welcome to our practice game. Lock those pies.
Great job for them. Agreed. And I mean, better safe than sorry, obviously. I don't remember getting to a point where a face shield was required unless you didn't want to wear a face mask. But then it got to the point where you had to wear both. I don't remember. It's been so long. Here's my problem with Toy Story Mania. The entire ride, you are jorking it the entire time. You are jorking the jack right out of your thing. The entire time, you're basically pulling it like a cannon. You're jorking your shit for an entire 5 straight minutes. And I'm going to be real. You feel it. You feel it after those 5 straight minutes of jorking. Look at this, what this person's doing on the right. You can't, because I'm in the way. You heard me. They're jorking their shit. This person on the right's jorking like crazy. You can't really see because this person shoved their glasses in front of the camera. By the time you get off this ride, your arms feel like rubber because you've been jorking it for 6 minutes straight. Okay. What are the positives of this ride? It is fun to get high scores and to have a sort of competitive spirit with your family and friends. If you like Toy Story, the visuals are really good. The 3D is really good. Can you think of anything else? I can't. Just preemptive. But yeah, I don't. I can't think of much else that's really a positive. Here's the other problem. It's repetitive. You're constant jorking, and it goes down a lot. The weight is pretty obscene. You know what my least favorite part of all these rides are? Is talking to people who know way too much about these rides and them being, and I know I've mentioned this for the Space Ranger spin, but there are people who legit will be like, hey, guys, listen, if you hit right, where's my cursor? I don't even know where my cursor is. There it is. If you hit right here 6 times, you get 15,000 points and win the game. And they get really smarmy about it. I gotta say, there are people who are like, well, if I don't hit that thing, I'm not even, I'm not even gonna play. I gotta hit 9999 or my credit goes away. By this point, you don't even want to do this because your arms hurt so bad. If you've been doing it properly, you've been jorking it for this entire time. The camera guy has the right idea. Just don't play. The smartest move is not to play. Now, is it fun? Absolutely. If you like doing this sort of thing, yeah, super fun. It takes forever to get on. It's repetitive. It's the same thing in every scene. I don't know. I don't like it. Where is it? Buzz Lightyear Toy Story Mania. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of C. It might go down to D, but I think bottom of C. I think objectively, I think a lot of people really love it, and I'm not gonna be the guy to take that away from them. But me personally, when it comes to take it or leave it, I could leave that shit, baby. The Beauty and the Beast stage show. We're not going to watch the entire thing. We're going to watch. We're going to watch bits. We're going to watch bits of this. Are there any huge spikes?
And as punishment, she transformed him into a hideous beast and placed a powerful spell on the castle and all who lived there. If he could learn to love another and earn their love,
I want to see him turn into a beast.
must be doomed to remain a beast for all.
Okay.
In return, must be doomed to remain a beast for
I saw him coming. He didn't do a very good job. Let's go to the 6-9 minute mark. Well, here we go. What's Gaston up to?
You know, Belle, it's about time you got your head out of those books and paid attention to more important things. Like,
What is this Jim Carrey ass Gaston we got going on over here?
not right for a woman to read. As soon as she starts getting ideas and thinking.
Gaston, you are positive.
Uh-huh. This is an outdoor theater, isn't it?
I've never felt this way before.
I think this was filmed in 2021. Was this right after reopening? It must have just reopened because there's cameras everywhere. Anyways, moving. It basically goes through the entire movie.
But it's one exciting ride. Say a prayer that we're there at the drawbridge of a castle and there's something.
At least.
I want to see him stab the beast. Did Gaston just prison shank the beast? I know that's what he does in the movie, but at least in the movie he sneaks up on him and gets him from behind. In this movie he just walks up and shivs him. That's really dumb. There's a big spike at the end. There's a big spike at the end. What happens at the big spike? Does someone like faint? Maybe they just wanted to see that guy clapping with the flowers. Look at this guy with the flowers clapping like crazy. Woo, woo, woo! You did it! Now, is it a bad show? No, I think it's very nice. Kind of feel like we can move on from Beauty and the Beast. But it's a very nice show. Okay, that's about that's good. I'm gonna put it under the. I'm gonna put it under the alien spin. I'm gonna bring the alien spin up to C. It's still the same ranking, but just for better optics. What do we got? Next, American Idol Experience. We've seen it. Path of the Jedi. We're not ranking. Twilight Zone. I would like to have the pre-show too. We have the Hollywood Tower Hotel. "13-minute wait." That means it's a walk-off. We don't need the queue experience. Although the queue is nice. There's a YouTube channel that has a lot of different background tracks. And one of them was the background track to the Hollywood Tower Hotel. And it's a lot of really faint, weepy horns. A lot of really weepy horns in the background. And it's not great. Let's get to the actual pre-show. You know what we ought to watch one of these days? We ought to throw in the Full House, where they go to Disney.
Doors in front of you will be opening. Please stay back from the doors as they will be opening toward you. Thank you.
So, how much do you want to bet we're going to have some really irritating people saying the pre-show really loudly?
Hollywood, 1939. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a
There's
bustling...
definitely a seep. You know, I'm doing the same thing. I shouldn't interrupt it.
Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young movie town at the height of its golden age, the Hollywood Hollywood Tower Hotel was a star in its own right, a beacon for the show business elite. Now, something is about to happen that will change all that.
During this, you get all the CPs in the background being super proud that they've ridden the ride a bunch of times and they know all the words.
The time is now, on an evening very much like the one we have just witnessed. Tonight's story in the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation, waiting for you.
You know,
we invite you, if you dare, to step aboard, because in tonight's episode,
you are the star.
And this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
I remember liking this a lot more when I was younger. I still love it, but I remember really liking this ride a lot when I was young, when I was like a preteen. I was super young. I remember liking this ride. I'm a fuck. I'm not a fuck. Hello, Felinoid. We're riding the Hollywood Tower Hotel right now, the Tower of Terror. I gotta say, and I'm not speaking for anybody. I've seen this purely as a guest. Some of these cast members who get these specific roles, you can see it in their smug fucking faces. This right here is the look they have all the time because they have a blanket permission to be not mean to the guests per se, but they don't have to be super nice. Let's put it that way. It's one of the coveted roles for these kids. I hope you didn't want to see the Twilight Zone because this ride is mostly completely dark. I get to be creepy as fuck. Definitely for the Haunted Mansion especially. Here was the hierarchy. Haunted Mansion, I think, was number one alongside the Great Movie Ride, which is no longer in existence. Because they got to act. I felt so bad for some of these kids. They would talk to me. As a guest, of course. They would talk to me, and they would be like, I'm going into acting. I really, really want to be able to...
Night long ago, 5 people stepped through the door of an elevator and one nightmare.
to get a role on the Great Movie Ride, somewhere where I can act Jungle Cruise.
That door is opening once again. This time, it's opening for you.
Something like that. And then somebody had to tell them, that's great. Here's your outdoor vendor assignment. Have fun. And it's just one of those like, oh, big confetti button. That was a very loud fart. I'm sorry. But I hope you're ready to be scared shitless, because we're about to... I don't know if this is going to translate to video. We're about to do a drop tower.
You are about to discover what lies beyond the 5th dimension, beyond the deepest, darkest corner of the imagination, in the Tower of Terror.
Just hang tight. It doesn't translate. Okay, this part kind of does. So before, in the very beginning, when they first opened this ride, you would get to the end of that hallway, he'd be like, in the Tower of Terror. And they would turn on the lights, and it would just be this blank wall, which I think was a lot more sinister than the darkness they have going on. At some point, they decided instead of having one drop, they would have a random number of drops. Knowing me, you'd think I'd love that shit. I don't.
A warm welcome back to those of you who made it, and a friendly word of warning. Something you won't find in any guidebook. The next time you check into a deserted hotel in the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident
of the Twilight Zone. Falling in the dark's gotta fuck with you. You're probably right. It probably is more scary. I don't know. There was just something about... This one doesn't feel like being scary today. That lady didn't feel like being super spooky. There probably is something more sinister about falling in the dark, but I don't know. It was just, you would open it up and would just be like, white wall. It would just be like this, kinda. It's not exactly this, but you open it up, it's just this, and then it's like, It was nice. Where is Tower of Terror? There it is. I think Tower of Terror, I feel like it's an S. An S or a high A. I personally like Tower of Terror more than Rock and Roller Coaster. So yeah, I guess that would be an S. The problem I have with the random drops is that the other drops are never nearly as good. The first drop is great because you're going along, you're heading along the track, you're about to do the Tower of Terror. And then you come to a full and complete stop, and then it's like, and then every other time you do it, it doesn't really ever come to a full and complete stop. It does something more like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm kind of being facetious, but that's basically what it is. It's not going to affect its rating per se, and frankly, it lets the ride go on longer, so I think it's for the best, but every other drop is not nearly as exciting, and you might as well get rid of them as far as I'm concerned. Next, Great Movie Ride. I don't want to talk about the Great Movie Ride tonight. Let's save that for next time. This was not even at Monster Sounds Theater. This one, it sounds dangerous. Do I even have something for that? I don't think I do. No, I'm going to do the Monsters Sound Show instead. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Studio Backlot Tour. So we're not going to do the full Studio Backlot Tour because a lot of it is boring, and it's like 20 minutes long. Did Kitty like my pantomime? Of course she did. I had to actually, you know what? I shouldn't tell that story. I'm not going to tell that story. Never mind. So a lot of this is sitting in a tour bus and going along and seeing backstage stuff.
Buster hit Pearl Harbor. These exact full-scale replicas of P-40 fighters were used in the special effect fight sequences. Of course, many of the planes you saw flying through the aerial battles or sitting on the ground weren't real at all. They were created entirely within a computer. Anyways,
so yeah, you go through different backstage areas and you see, you do get to go to the costume shop.
Big screen.
You do get to go into and see the costume shop, which I think is pretty neat. Let's go back a little bit.
Here with a designer's sketch.
If dogs could use social media, dogs should never use social media.
Seamstresses and tailors.
Anybody who introduces a dog to social media is a monster.
25,000 costumes every year. Many of these costumes will become part of the shows and attractions of the Walt Disney World Resort. In fact, here in Florida, we have the largest working wardrobe department in the world.
So when you work some places on stage, or excuse me, backstage, there are just sometimes where you're just going to be on stage, where you are just expected to, that behind you there might just be a guest watching you.
On the left are costumes worn by the stars in recent studio productions. You'll probably recognize some of them.
Like this lady. This lady is like every single 5 minutes, a tram will come by. What if she's on her phone, on Instagram, looking up Universal Studios pictures? Nobody needs to see that. So we're going to skip ahead to Catastrophe Canyon, which is the only reason people got on this ride. You know what? If dogs had a social media, I bet you they wouldn't compete like that. Dogs would be like, I'm a good boy. And another dog would be like, you know what? You are a good boy. I'm a good boy. And the other dog would be like, yeah, we are good boys. And then you would thumbs each other up and you'd go. And you'd be done. So this is Catastrophe Canyon. It is a movie set, or at least a pretend movie set that they used. And it basically simulates a catastrophe movie. You know, if I had thought about it earlier, there's a whole section to this ride that used to be there where you could pretend to be like a seaboat captain and have like a wetsuit and everything, but I don't feel like looking up that video. It's not that interesting. This is not a good angle. So basically, a whole bunch of crazy stuff happens. You know, piss elsewhere. Have a nice night. Peace out, Illinois. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff catches on fire. This is basically why people rode the ride. You rode the ride so you could pretend to be in a tsunami. It was a fun ride. I don't know why. I say I don't know why. I know exactly why they got rid of it. They needed the space. Music? Music. There you go. All right. Where am I putting it? I think the backlot tour is good. I think backlot tour is pretty good. I'm gonna put it underneath. I'm gonna put it at top of C. We've still got a lot of good stuff that needs to go into B. But so I think we could fill out a lot of this with some of the other rides that are left. But yeah, that one probably deserves to be top of C. All right, next. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? We already did. How about I just pick one? Let's do One Man's Dream. One Man's Dream is a walkthrough. It's a walkthrough attraction, which we could just keep this music on. One Man's Dream is kind of interesting because it is all entirely focused on Walt's. It's very much a, hey, you guys like Walt Disney, right? He's a cool guy. I'm not sure why we're looking at Abraham Lincoln. But it basically goes through his entire life. It goes through everything that he was, everything he was all about. It's essentially a tiny little museum at Hollywood Studios. It's boring, but it's interesting. I think the best part about it, it's not very crowded most of the time, and it's got a lot of air conditioning. I think at this point, there's enough media out there about Walt that you don't necessarily need a walkthrough museum, especially if you're spending the dollars you're spending already. But that said, where is One Man's Dream? One Man's Dream, You want me to be real? You want me to be real with you? First of all, I'm going to put the saucers above Toy Story Mania. And I'm going to put One Man's Dream above the saucers. And above the Spectacle of Lights. And above the Studio Tour. The Studio Tour isn't even there anymore. I don't know if it's necessarily even that good, but I think its location is really good. Like that's what I would say about that. Alien swirling saucers we've seen. Slinky Dog Dash. You like Slinky Dog Dash. No mute. I know that. I know it's a thrill ride. It's got a lot of welcome toys. I know it's got a lot going for it. The theming is great. You know, I might be willing to put it into S. At least A. Let's. We don't need to wait in the queue. I do like a launch coaster. My problem with it is that it's always got a tremendous line that I do not know. I don't know if it balances out to the rest of the ride. I don't know if the line that you have to wait in really makes it is really super, you know, in compare, you know what I mean? Is it worth it? Is 2 hours worth it? Oh, Slinky Dog. Oh, it's gonna. Now having 2 boosts on the same ride, boosting up into a camelback, there's some. It's got stuff going for it. I'll give it that. Whoa! Whoa! Why you go straight there? Yeah, we would have to. Is that what we agreed? I forgot about him. The theming is really nice. Like, everything is really shiny. Everything is, you know, consistent with its own theming. Where is Slinky? There you are. I'm willing to put Slinky in S. I think Slinky is better than Aerosmith. And I don't think it's particularly close. We don't need to do the entire thing. Let's take a look at Indiana Jones. Where is he? Did I not put him in there? Am I stupid? Indiana Jones, light spec, whatever. How do you feel about the Indiana Jones Spectacular? I don't know. We're just going to leave the music on for this one because we're just going to scroll through it. I think that the big boulder looks pretty fake. It doesn't roll like a real boulder. It's cute. It's cute. It does look like a big balloon just rolled over him, right? Where's that scene where he almost gets a spear in the dick? These guys really trust Just really trust the mechanics of the ride. Let's skip ahead. What's this spike? I don't know if this ride's necessary anymore. I mean, I'm going to watch Crystal Skull very soon. But I'm not sure the Indiana Jones experience is still necessary. I think Indiana Jones, I don't know if the last time I've been on it, I'm still going to put it above these three. I don't know if I'm going to put it above Beauty and the Beast. At least Beauty and the Beast feels more culturally significant. I think it can go. I really do. I really think it can go. Let's look at the Honey, I Shrunk the Audience set, adventure set. We took the kids here, didn't we? The Honey, I Shrunk the Kids adventure set. I remember, did we bring the kids there a lot? I remember going there a lot. When we used to get, we used to have days at the parks. Every now and then we'd wander over to the Hollywood Studios play place. It wasn't really, it's more meant for like super young kids, but we kind of were. So we never really spent a lot of time. We took our daughter. When did they, I feel like we took Eric at least once. Could be wrong. Probably shouldn't say names. Big Bug. I mean, this was essentially it. This was essentially the play place, I gotta say, was always very calm, as calm as you could expect being in a theme park, being like a play area in a theme park. The ground was always squishy in a kind of fun way. I gotta be honest, I really liked it. I think that the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids play set. Where is it? Am I stupid? Yeah, it's the Big Bug. I think it's a B. I think it's a B. I don't think it deserves to be above Smuggler's Run, but I think it's a B. Phantasmic, we're not going to look at the whole thing because it's super long. But there's some really fun parts of Phantasmic. Where's the spikes? One of these days, you liked it if you didn't think about germs. Yeah, I think that part of the reason they ended up not using it was maybe because of COVID. I'm not even going to turn the music on this because it will probably audio mute us. I'm pretty sure the Phantasmic theme does not do well with YouTube and Twitch. Also, this music kind of goes with this. Let's speed him up and it'll probably, that's even better. That's really good. What's going on later in this? Phantasmic's really good, especially with the different effects they have now. The last time I remember seeing Phantasmic was, it may have been around the start of the year, like at the start of the millennium, excuse me. It may have been like 99. So all like every time they get a new special effect, I don't know about it. And it's certainly more visually exciting than what I remember. Can we see if Ariel is still on the back of the float? Do they still have to bag the fish? A very well-known phenomenon of having to bag Ariel because she is unable to get up from her perch. I want to see them bag the fish. They might not actually pay attention to it. Yeah, they're probably going to cut away because this is more about the show. Yeah, lame. Show us bagging the fish. Yeah, the fireworks are going off, and she basically can't go anywhere. It's actually not funny. It's a little funny. Fantasmic's really good. I would love it more if I didn't have to wait until closing to go see it. I think I like Fantasmic more than I like Runaway Railway. I'm not sure I'm willing to put it up into S because it's a little up its own ass. And like I said, you have to wait until 9:30 at night or whatever to see it. So not really sure that is so much my speed, but it is what it is. I'm not going to rank Sound Stations. What are we going to rank next? A lot of these are Star Wars. Great Movie Ride. We're not going to watch the whole Great Movie Ride. I think we're going to get done with this tonight. So we're going to do bits and pieces of the rest of these. We're gonna do something of a blitz mode for the rest of these. So this is going in S, right? Like this is straight up just going into S. Having the different actual people in the ride taking over and having a whole spiel. God, this was such a good ride. Let's go to the Spike. This is Alien. Where is it? This is Alien. Definitely not worth going back. You hear that, Bandit? What is this? It was always fun going on this ride because you never know who exactly would be your tour guide, who would be your villain. It would always be a different experience. We are going to watch this.
But the jewel is guarded by a curse, and those who dare defy that curse must pay with their lives.
Alt. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just as bad as any of the rest of them. I have to say the words of the ride too. She got a swagger. You didn't even touch it. You didn't even touch the crystal. Could you not reach the crystal? She didn't even touch it. Although I wonder if the eagle counts. What a good ride. Like just straight up into S tier, right?
Who killed the witch of the east? Was it you?
No, it was an accident. I didn't mean to kill anybody.
Well, my little pretty, I can cause accidents too.
Oh, rubbish. You have no power here. Be gone before somebody drops a house on you, too.
Good read. I would have done a lot to be involved with that ride. I don't know if I necessarily would have wanted to do the spiel every day, but to be like a coordinator over that, I would have loved it. Would have loved it. Where's Great Movie Ride? It's an S, right? Like straight up top billing, 100%. We're not going to do those two. And we're only going to do the... Actually, no, we're not. Yeah, I think S tier. Muppet Vision. We'll do bits and pieces of Muppet Vision. Actually, we might. Let's see. Muppet Vision, where are you? Muppet Vision is officially closed. There will be no more Muppet Vision, unfortunately. This was such a good ride. It was a really good show, I'll say that much. It was... Now, there were some parts that were extremely dated. Having This character, I would love to see their training regiment. Let's say that much.
I'm running away. Nobody would let me
My arm doesn't work no more.
This is a very moving moment. Yeah, I wish they'd move it to Pittsburgh.
I think my biggest problem with this attraction is right here. Not here. Right about, get back there. The people in the background with these old-ass balloons that haven't been sold since like 1992. There was so many dated parts to this attraction that really brought it down a notch or two. I'm going to put it above Runaway Railway for what it is, for what it has always been, not necessarily what it was allowed to be, to send into. That so much. I think I'm just going. What do we got here? Rise of the Resistance. Rise of the Resistance is just it's an S tier, right? We're gonna ride just the trackless part of this. We're not gonna do the whole rigmarole of the attraction. We're gonna ride the trackless part. Here we go. So at this point, we get into the ride, and Kylo Ren is about to torture us or whatever, but the Resistance saves us. You already asked me the Mario Party question, bot.
Take this corridor to the turbo lift, then head down to the escape pod base. Those droids are programmed to return you to Batu. Hurry and don't.
I wonder if they have. I wonder if they anthropomorphize the cars. Also, I like how those other vehicles. I guess they have to send them even if it's not busy. Now, that's interesting. Are there always 6 cars in every one of these trackless rides? I think there might be. Probe droid. Ooh. Yeah, this might end up being an S, like a kind of easy S. The theming is fantastic. Now, that's cool. I do like that the AT-AT shooting is going to end up screwing up more than us. Like, it's going to cause some problems.
They have neither the resources nor the courage to engage us. You underestimate their conviction. Raise the shields. Shields? I see no evidence. Now! Round the alarm. All personnel to their stations.
Sir, we didn't actually raise the shields. You guys were fighting. Hey, I heard that Kylo Ren has a 12-pack. As if. Kylo Ren is a wet bitch. Like 90 pounds sopping wet. You know, Kitty, I just thought of something. Universe of Energy with a trackless vehicles, that would have ruled. If they would have done the Universe of Energy thing with trackless rides, it would have been fantastic. Hi, Kylo. They didn't have the technology then, to be fair, but it would have been amazing. Or at the very least, it would have been a better attraction. This scene was fun when when you walked into place and it was that jolt that scared you every time. You know,
Your escape pods came in a little off target.
they really love having things crash in Star Wars. Like, you are destined to crash in every vehicle in Star Wars.
Your resistance now. I think I have that authority. Right, Beck? Where's the lieutenant? I need eyes on Beck. Line up. Scan for his spot, people.
I wonder if these things are ever touchy. If these trackless vehicles ever give them problems. Yeah, this is straight up an S tier. I have nothing super negative to say about it. Where am I putting you? Above Slinky Dog. Objectively, I think it's better than Tower of Terror, and I think objectively it's probably better than the Great Movie Ride. Like, that's not even fair comparison. Not gonna lie, not even a fair comparison. Let's take a look at The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid has changed shows. Little Mermaid, Disney Hollywood Studios. And the new show, I don't want the new one. Yeah, here's the old one. Here's the 10 years ago. So we'll just go through little bits of this one. Oh my God. You remember that show we... Okay, the screen glitching in the back's not going to work. You remember the show we saw a few days ago that Nate did? I think there is a reason they upgraded the show. Now, I don't mean to disparage the excellent puppeteers of The Voyage of the Little Mermaid. No, Zeus, I didn't. It's The Little Mermaid. I don't know what to tell you. It did have this monstrous thing. It was, oh my God, I forgot about the dog. I forgot there was a dog. That's straight up just a furry. At this point, it's just a fursuit.
You can talk. You're the one. It was you all the time.
I tried to get you a pen and paper, but you desperately wanted me to use my voice. That's a D, right? Better than Indiana Jones, but I think it's worse than the... Actually, no, I take it back. I'm going to take it back. I'm going to put it below Toy Story Mania because I think it's okay. Yeah, agreed. I think it's C. There's a non-zero amount of Ariel Zagreus fanfiction. Aren't they both? They're both definitely related. Not that really matters much. In Greek, what's going on, Coyote? I think I like it better than Toy Story Mania. I'll say that for it. But I think I'd rather ride the alien saucers than do it. We're going to do something a little wacky. We're going to ride the new Star Tours, but I also wanted to grade the old Star Tours. And the new Star Tours, Disney World. Is this the new one? It's only 7 minutes. We could do both. I think the queue is the majority of it. So this is the new Star Tours.
takeoff sequence initiated. R2-D2, what's going on here? We are not ready for takeoff. The captain is...
You're thinking of C, baby? Well, this one has R2-D2 and C-3PO. Now...
Hold it right there, Captain. I'm not actually the captain. We're looking for this rebel spy. Have you seen them?
They were on this transporter, possibly they have the spy.
Yeah, this is the speeder we're looking for. Blast them.
God, look at this. The slapstick. The slapstick. It all sort of has the same problem. Too much stupid horse shit. Too much stupid horse shit happening. So the plot of this one is C-3PO is not the pilot. He's just basically doing diagnostics. And they just take off. And C-3PO's like, I can't fly. Oh, boy. Also, I think this ride has like a billion different anachronicities. I think it does not fit the actual theme of Star Wars. I'm being very negative to Star Wars tonight. I don't know. I think it's because I'm overloaded on Star Wars. There's just very... Okay. It feels like there's just very little stakes at play when everything looks so cartoony and computer graphic-y.
I am Lando Calrissian with the Resistance.
Lando, everybody. I think I'm cute. I think you're cute, unless you're talking to Lando.
Good luck.
Wasn't he... What was Lando in recently that I saw that was just awful? Was it Rogue One? No. Oh, God. Was it the third Star... Was it the ninth Star Wars movie? What was it? What thing was he in recently where he was like really involved? So here's the thing about the new Star Tours. It has random scenes. So you could get a very wildly different experience when you decide to ride. This scene's just annoying more than anything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, are you... Is Star Tours opening fire on the Empire? I think they already did earlier in the show, but that's an act of war. Although we do have a rebel spy on board, so I guess that's moot. I've ridden this version a few times, and I don't think that this version is nearly as good. This one I'm gonna put it in B. I'm gonna put it low B. But I'm gonna be real. The Star Tours original is a lot better. It only had one actual show. Like, you only got to ride one thing, but it was, I think it was a better version of the ride. Now, we don't get to see, what is the ride? Star Tours, Paul, Ruben, robot. So we don't get to see this robot here. It's RX-24. This is the guy who is piloting the ship. It's his first time piloting, and he shouldn't be driving either. It's basically the same show.
Hi there. I see they're loading our navigator R2-D2, and then we'll be on our way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Yeah, this
Star
is
Tours 45. Elevator platform has been activated. Commence final pre-launch.
this is Paul Rubens. So we have what's his name? Pee Wee Herman.
Contact departure control at 120.4.
Now, don't get me wrong. This looks way worse.
45, you're going the wrong way. Stop immediately.
He just used his Pee Wee voice, didn't he? It looks way worse, but I'd still rather ride it in a heartbeat. A little shortcut.
R2, light speed to Endor.
Seems like everybody in the universe knows who Star Tours is. We're about to find a rebel fighter who will know us.
Ladies and gentlemen, there may be some turbulence up ahead. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened.
It's also sending us to some comets, which I'm just now realizing, why did we have to go through a comet?
Don't worry, I'm going to hack this wall. Hang on to something.
Through that capillary. This isn't quite as silly as Body Wars when we had to find the different capillaries to get to the heart. But it's pretty damn silly.
You can relax now. Everything's under control, and we'll be on our way to the Endor moon without any further delay. No! We're caught in a tractor beam!
I remember my brother being very upset that they were able to get out of a tractor beam just by easing up off their main thrusters.
Star Tours, what are you doing here? This is a combat zone. It's restricted. Ease off on your main thruster.
It's actually super easy to get out of a tractor beam. I don't know why more people don't think of it. Also, I hope you wanted to do a trench run, because we're about to do a Death Star trench run. We're losing altitude. We are in space. Star Tours straight up equipped to take on the Empire. I always thought that was cute. I always wanted to do this. Yeah, physically it looks so much worse, but God, I would take this so much quicker. Spoilers, it's getting a better rating. Now, I do have one more thing after this. We've got one more thing that we're going to rank. It's not Star Wars related. Amazingly. Whenever you're ready, R2. I feel like there was just the one trench run, though, right? Like, I feel like there should only be one trench run. Also, very on-the-nose hyperspace jump. R2 deserves a raise. Oh, the video. Oh, yeah, video games, definitely.
We do hope you enjoyed your tour of Endor.
Hey, it's a C-3PO in the background. So, yeah, spoilers. I like that one better than the other version. I like it better than the ants, and I don't think I like it better than Smuggler's Run. I think it's objectively better than Smuggler's Run. So, last thing we have, this isn't really a ride. This is called Soundsations. It was ASMR before ASMR was a thing. So, let's take a listen to Soundsations to end our list.
Welcome to Soundsations. Please pick up a pair of headphones and be seated. Put the headphones on with the yellow pad over your right ear.
So to really enjoy this, you got to close your eyes and get involved with the story. I'll try not to interrupt too much because
Now sit back
Jesus.
and relax. Close your eyes and come with me on an adventure in three-dimensional sound.
I hope you have headphones.
Your name is R.J. McBean, and you've been hired as an executive at a major motion picture studio. It's your first day on the job. Sitting behind your desk in your big new office, all you can hear is the tick-tock of a grandfather clock as you await the arrival of your assistant, Hampton. He should be coming in through the door on your right any second now.
They really did corner the market on ASMR long before ASMR was a thing. Like, I remember doing this so often because there was never a line.
Good morning.
And it was cool.
Well, you must be R.J. McBean, our new studio executive. My name is Hampton, and I'll be helping you through your day here at the studio. Well, they certainly gave you a spacious office, R.J. And look at this.
I'm going to draw R.J. McBean.
A refrigerator filled with cold drinks. Here, why don't you have one?
I'm going to draw R.J. McBean. Remember making out in there? We made out in a lot of places. This was before Iger. This was Eisner.
What a day. Oh, and here's something I know you're really going to enjoy. Your own personal secretary. Shirley, say hello to R.J.
Hiya, R.J.
Why, I heard that even the big cheese himself is coming over here just to see you. That's why I took the liberty of setting up an appointment for you to get your hair done. Shirley?
Not sure why he has a vagina chin.
Would you please send in Ken?
Right away, Mr. Hampton.
This guy's great, R.J. He's a little clumsy, but he knows how to do a good job.
Good morning, all.
Good morning, Ken. Just a trim for R.J. today, a little off the sides, and shape out the back, okay?
Whatever you say.
Oh, that's all right. That's
Sorry.
all right, Ken. I'll pick them up.
Thank you.
Almost 100% sure Ken is the monorail voice guy. Thank you. Just have Eisner as his. There's your JOI video with Eisner as the voice.
Hello, I'm Michael Eisner. Hello, I'm Michael Eisner.
Hello, I'm Michael Eisner.
R.J. McBean's office, Hampton speaking. Yes? Okay, I'll let R.J. know about it. Thanks for calling. That was the agency. Apparently that new director
Agency.
is a bit of a flake, but I think he's got some good ideas, R.J.
I think it's very funny that 2.5 minutes on your first day into your new job, you're meeting with a director.
Shirley, send in.
No, I won't wait. I am the director.
Flavio.
Greetings, everyone. Flavio is here. Here, Hambone, hold that.
I think I'll sit this one out.
So you're R.J. McBean.
I guess you're a known element.
Love my new script. Why, it's absolutely the most wonderful story you've ever heard. It's bound to be a box office biggie. Mind if I smoke?
Yes, we do. Now just pitch your story, Flavio.
Very well. Imagine that you are in the desert. The hot wind is blowing across your beaded brow. Excuse me, may I? Be my guest.
Hey, Barber Monkey.
A nomad's arrow
Let me use your
flies
things.
through the air and whizzes by your turban. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have a turban. Here, this will have to do. A newspaper. Imagine that. A turban made out of newspaper.
I quote this stupid video so many times. A newspaper.
Yes, it's the latest in chic headwear.
Flavio, what are you doing with that bow and all those arrows?
Don't worry, Hamtoon. I'm not going to hurt anybody. Simply setting the stage for my story. Now, the arrow flies through the air. Yikes! And lands, oops, in your mahogany paneling. Well, listen, gotta go. Let me know what you think. TTFN, ta-ta for now.
Sorry about that, RJ.
Well, we won't need this anymore.
I knew this guy was quackers, but I didn't think he was dangerous. Thanks, Ken. That'll be all for today.
You bet.
Meeting with the
See ya
director
there.
and kicking him out within 5 minutes. RJ's going to do real good.
Excuse me, Mr. Hampton, but MM is here to see RJ.
MM, send him in, Shirley.
He's the big cheese.
Hi, Hampton. Hi, RJ.
Nice to see you, Mickey.
Boy, you've really earned your ears.
Nice to see you, Chris Allwine.
Gosh, they look swell. Well, gotta go. Lots of things to do, you know.
Well, I'd say you're definitely part of the family now, RJ. Oh, my goodness. Look at the time. I've got a ton of things to do today.
So my day started. It's been 5 minutes, and you're already leaving me to my own devices.
You're going to do just fine here.
When's my orientation? Do I have anything? Do I have things to account to? Do I have a list of? Okay, no. I guess I'll figure it out. Thanks, Hampton.
Well, nice job, RJ.
You're gonna do
Thanks for
great.
coming in. I'll see you, or rather, listen for you next time.
I don't think Hampton is the best trainer I've ever seen in my life. So where am I putting sound stations? You know it's going where? Like top of A? I don't think I can actually put it in S. I don't think it's worthy of S, but I think top of A, I'm perfectly fine with. Let me take a look at this list. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I'm going to put above American Idol, because American Idol just sucks. The 3D show, or excuse me, the Epic Stunt Spectacular, pretty good, but meh. All the way down here at the bottom is perfectly fine. It's just cars. It's just cars going fast. That's it. Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, fine for what it was, but it's time for something new. Indy needs to retire, please. God bless. The Beauty and the Beast Stunt Stage Spectacular. It's no longer 1991. It's okay to pick a new movie. Toy Story Mania. You have to jork your hand a bunch to do it, and I hate it. Not a fan of it. Little Mermaid stage show from the olden days. It shows its age. The Alien swirly ride is just a flat ride. It's fine. The Osborne Spectacle of Lights is way too crowded, very pretty, but people don't know how to go. People don't know how to do directions right. Studio Backlot Tour takes 45 minutes and has a really cool Catastrophe Canyon, but otherwise it was a big investment of your day that most times we didn't have. One Man's Dream from Walt. It's kind of boring, but it's cool and AC adjusted, and it shows you some cool stuff if you don't know about Walt. New Star Tours. It's fun. If you like simulators, some of the rides, some of the experiences inside of it, I think feel hollow, but that's just me. That's just me and the new meta, I guess. The Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground, very cool area. Not never too busy normally, very fun. Old Star Tours, better than new Star Tours for reasons I mentioned a few minutes ago. Smuggler's Run, just a very fun ride. Very fun new ride. I don't have anything negative to say about it, other than I guess some people get stuck with Engineer, and I guess that sucks, but whatever. Runaway Railway, fun. A little too busy for my tastes, but I still like it a lot. Muppet Vision 3D, it was time to go, but we respected it till the end, so good job. Good job for all the good work you did. Big round of applause for Muppet Vision 3D. For being an opening day attraction and still doing a great job of being a good movie. Phantasmic, I would like it a lot more if it wasn't at like 9 at night and I wouldn't have to like deal with the crowds getting out. It would probably be S tier. Sound stations, they were perfect. There was like 10 different little capsules you can go into, and it's really dark and you can chill and relax, and Kitty remembers that we made out in one. Nice. Rock and Roller Coaster, bottom of S, really good ride. Slinky Dog Dash, even better than that one. Both of the actual roller coasters at the bottom of the list. Hollywood Tower Hotel, the Tower of Terror, very fun. Great movie ride, just one of the best rides at Hollywood Studios, bar none. It's going to be hard to get past a ride like that. That said, Rise of the Resistance, it's not even a fair comparison. It's a trackless ride. It's fantastically fun. Highly recommend it. Download image. I think this is a good map. Let me get rid of the chopping block. Delete you. And now I can save image, hopefully. Download image. There we go. All right, that was exciting. I think I kind of figured we were going to be able to do this in one evening. So we're going to have an extra night. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that extra night, but that's a problem for later. Next stream we will probably do Power Wash, most likely. I think it's Power Wash night, and then who knows? We'll have an extra night to do something extra fun. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking rides with me. I don't have any more ride tier lists coming up anytime soon. So I think the Disney tier list, I think we have an Animal Kingdom list at some point in the future, but we'll see. We might end up with the same issues as we had with this one. I'm going to bed. Thanks for hanging out. Have a fantastic evening. I will see you on Tuesday. Goodbye. Mwah. Love you all. I mean it. Bye.
Okay, Chief, take him away. I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.